I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Senator Patrick Leahy decried gun violence on the Senate floor Monday. The Vermont Democrat argued instead of praying for children who are affected by mass shootings, he would say, quote, "Pray that the Congress has the guts to stand up and pass real gun control legislation." Recent mass shootings have reignited the gun control debate in the U.S., with Republicans rebuffing calls from Democrats for stricter gun reform. Take a listen to Leahy's full remarks.
Madam President, I'll speak more on this subject later this week, but I spent much of last week, both Marcel and I did, in Vermont, in this very peaceful state, walk across the field to our home, walk down the dirt road where we live, and then go various places just meeting with people all over the state. But a lot of it was in what's called Chittenden County. That's about a quarter of the state's population. That's where I was prosecutor, state's attorneys, we call them. And I made it a point during that time, if we had a violent crime, a gun crime, I would go to the scene, whether it was 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and some of the most violent ones, of course, were at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can still remember every single one of them like it was yesterday. But they were a tiny fraction of what we see every day. I hear people say we should pray for these children. I would say pray that the Congress has the guts to stand up and pass real gun control legislation. In Vermont, we limit the number of rounds you can have in a semi-automatic weapon during deer season. We ought to try to protect children as much as we do deer. Again, I'm fortunate in our state, the number of murders and shootings I went to were nothing like we see today. But I've awakened in the middle of the night, remembering the scenes. When you're at a murder scene, and it's a child that's been murdered, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and the grieving family is there, there is no way you'll forget it. That was more than 50 years ago I was doing that. I can tell you exactly what each of those rooms look like. I can tell you exactly who the person was I prosecuted for it. And I can tell you exactly how many times I prayed, why did this have to happen? Don't ever let it happen again. So I said, I'll speak further on this, Madam President. But I know in my state of Vermont, where we do have a very large percentage of gun owners, most of them tell me, do something. As I said, of course pray for the children. Pray that the Congress does the right thing with real gun control. I yield the floor and suggest to have some questions.